Peace and gratitude, peace and gratitude. I'm coming to share this with you all because it's been just on my mind and I'm coming to share it with you. If you are not paying attention because you're not living your life with intention, um, and you just on autopilot for whatever reason, whatever. Let me get straight to the point. Back to school time is a ritual. It is a ritual in the Matrix. Back to school time is a ritual in the Matrix that people participate in and probably don't even realize it. Back to school time is a ritual. As a former educator, before I fully accepted the call on my life, my purpose, my destiny, I participated in the back to school ritual. Now that I have accepted my calling and my gifting and all of that, I am all the way awake. If you don't pay attention or have not noticed that, if you notice that during this time in August, when it is time to go back to school, we see a rise in children going missing, being kidnapped, coming up deceased. That is on purpose. We see a rise with bus accidents, school bus accidents. That is on purpose. It is a ritual. When it is time to harvest energy, the best group of people to get energy from is from children, because it is the most pure, and it is the most potent and most powerful energy is to get children. And you are participating in a ritual when you're participating in back to school. That's what it is. It is a ritual. If you have a child, and first let me say this, we as parents or whoever, as adults, if you are in charge of watching children, stop parenting from the porch. Stop parenting from the porch, or stop just letting your kids go outside and play and you're in the house. Do you know how quickly your child can come up missing? How quickly somebody can grab your child, put them in a van, put them in a car, and you're parenting from the porch. You're on your phone. You're not paying attention. You're distracted outside, talking to the neighbor, talking on your phone, or you're inside. And that is why so many of our children are coming up missing, because we're parenting from the porch, or we're not even outside watching our children. We live in a different day and time. And it's not back where you could just have your children outside and know that they're going to be okay. No. So I wanted to say that. Back to the back to school ritual that you're participating in. Pay attention. It is no coincidence that during the month of August, we are seeing a rise and a spike in our children coming up missing, kidnapped, sex trafficking. Then they end up dead. That's not a coincidence, people. You're participating in a ritual. We see these school bus accidents happening because they need your children's energy. Let me tell you something as a former educator. If your child is going to the same school, you know for a fact that your child is not going to go to a different school in the fall. Start buying their things now. Or not now, excuse me. You can start buying their things at the end of the school year. Start buying the school uniform if the child is required to wear a uniform. If not, start buying their clothes for the next school year. And if they're still growing, then buy 2 sizes up or 3 sizes up. However you got to do it. Do not participate in the back to school ritual. Find out what their supplies are going to be for the next school year and start buying them over the summertime. Because all you're doing is participating in a ritual. That's all you're doing. They're harvesting your energy when you go to these stores, whether it's Target or Walmart, at the last minute, and you're going to buy all the school supplies. You're going to these free community back to school events. They're just harvesting events to get your energy. Buy all that stuff during the summer ahead of time so you're not participating in the ritual. It's no coincidence that we're seeing, when it's time to go back to school, all of these things, bus accidents, children coming up. It's no coincidence that we're seeing that during this time of the year. Because every year, the system, the matrix is depending on you to participate in this ritual. You got to start thinking ahead. We are in spiritual warfare. You got to start thinking ahead. If you know that your child, let me repeat it, is going to go to the same school, start buying the stuff over the summertime. Stock up. Stock up. If you make this, if you just, you're new to this and you're like, okay, I'm waking up and you're right. Make this the last year you're going to participate in the back to school ritual and just stock up on all this stuff. Because I'm going to tell you, as an educator, most of the school supplies don't change. You're going to need pens. You're going to need pencils. You're going to need loose leaf paper. Those are just basic things that I don't care what grade you're in. A pen, pencil, notebook paper, a folder. Those are basic things regardless of what grade level your child is in, you're going to need. Stock up on it. Stock up on it. Now, there are certain items that are grade specific. We'll find out ahead of time what you're going to need so you don't have to participate in the ritual, and buy it in bulk. Buy it in bulk. Or if you just don't want to participate in the ritual, don't want to buy the supplies, then just leave it up to the school to buy it, however you choose to do it. But stop participating in this ritual. Stop going to these back to school rallies and activities where these organizations are giving away free supplies and book bags. You don't know who these people are. You don't know what secret society they're connected to, and you're taking their items. And now you have a energetic connection to them. I've said this several times when I get on here and I do videos. Free, come on, nothing in this world is free. Nothing in this world is free. So you go to these back to school rallies and it's free school supplies. You keep thinking that it's free. There is an energetic exchange taking place. And something is going to be given, something is going to be sacrificed with you taking these supplies. And it's typically your child. In some way, shape, or form, they're taking you and your child's energy. You don't have to believe it for it to be true. Pay attention, people. Like we don't get how they're just taking our children's energy. And we just la 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 la. And we just think, oh, this is every year. I got a child. And this is just what it's going to be until they graduate. No, this is not what it's going to be. Stop sacrificing your child's energy. If they're going from elementary to middle school, by the time summertime gets, like if they're in the 5th grade and where you live, middle school starts in 6th grade, in the fall, they're going to be in 6th grade. In the summertime, you should be thinking about what school they're going to in the fall. And even if you don't know exactly what school they're going to, the supply list is going to be basically the same for a sixth grader. So start getting the supplies over the summertime. Most of the time, if they're wearing a uniform, the colors are gonna be probably most of the time it's a khaki pant. You're either wearing a khaki pant, a black pant, or a blue pant, a blue bottom, or a khaki bottom, or black bottom. Start researching what the uniform, if they're wearing a uniform, what uniform is required for that particular school, and start getting it. Stop participating in this ritual. I'm here to tell you. Stop being lazy, stop being reactive, and start being proactive when it comes to your children. I have said this plenty of times, and I know I step on toes, but I don't care. I'm stepping on toes. Children in this world, we don't care about children. You ever notice in politics, nobody ever talks about children when they're campaigning? Nobody ever talks about children. Nobody makes children their a political point on their platform. You ever notice that? You ever notice that? Children are never the forefront. I don't care who's running for what office. It could be governor, it could be mayor, it could be president. It does not matter. People don't talk about children because people don't care about children. The only time children are significant when it comes to money. And when you can do an Instagram, Facebook, social media moment of when, oh, let me show you what I got my kids for Christmas. And it's a social media moment. Oh, first day of school. Look at my baby. First day of school. Only when it's a social media moment do we care about children. Oh, it's their birthday. Any other time, children are not even on our mind. It's our tax season. And that's when we care about children. Any other time, children ain't important. Or when I need sympathy. Or when I'm going through something, then I use my children as leverage so you can feel sorry for me. Tell me I'm lying because I'm not lying. I'm not lying. We don't, in this world, in this current society, we don't give a fuck about children. We don't. Unless it's a social media moment, unless it's about money. And when our children are no longer financially beneficial to us, we don't have no use for them. None whatsoever. If they can't get us likes on social media, we don't care about children. If it's not to leverage child support, we don't care about children. If it's not to get some kind of sympathy and some kind of handout, we don't care about children. Don't tell me I'm lying because I'm not lying. I've worked in the educational system and I've lived long enough to see it. We don't care about children. We don't. Unless it's beneficial to us, unless it makes us look good, or it gets us sympathy. Because I'm waiting for the day when a politician will make children their political platform in order to get elected or reelected. The only way children had a forefront in President Trump's election was when you were dealing with gender, when you're talking about gender and gender surgery. That was the only time that children were even mentioned. And then when they did mention education, it was just from a money's point of view. Because education is costing the federal government too much money. That's the only reason children came up in President Trump's election, because of money. It's education. Educating children is costing the federal government too much money. Otherwise, children aren't even mentioned. They are not. So keep on participating in this back to school ritual. Keep on sacrificing your children. Keep on not being prayerful and intentional about where you send your children to. How is it that your children is so creative and so full of life, and then the minute you put them in school, their life is just sucked out of them. Their creativity is just sucked out of them. You think that that's just by happenstance? You think that's just coincidence? Quit playing with me. Your child is creative, full of ideas. I mean, coming up with stuff, their imagination is just, there's no limit to it. And then the minute you put them in school, all of that sucked up, gone. They zombies. Quit playing. No, you can keep on playing and watch you keep losing the game. Watch you keep losing the game. We are doing a piss poor job in this country. I cannot comment on what goes on outside the United States. I can only comment on what's going on in the Western world, in the United States. We are doing a piss poor job parenting our children, watching our children, being gatekeepers over our children. We are. And the powers that exist, they know that their time is running out, and they are taking our children left and right because they need them. They need their energy. And by any means necessary, they gonna get it. And every year at this time, pay attention, pay attention, pay attention to what's happening to our children. And after this, and it lasts until when? Halloween. From August until Halloween is when this energy lasts of taking the souls of our children. And we'll go out, oh, Halloween, we're not even paying attention. Oh, trick or treat, don't even understand the history behind it, the spiritual implications of it. From August to October is the prime time of when they harvest the souls of our children. And we just think it's so cute. Oh, they're going to dress up and let them go beg for candy. August to September, it happens August to October, it happens every year. Every year. Every year. And you just think, oh, this is just what we're supposed to do because they got to go back to school. Because they keep you ignorant. They keep you afraid. Oh, that's that spiritual stuff. I don't believe in all of that. Okay, keep on not believing. Doesn't mean it's not happening. Don't believe it's not happening. It doesn't mean it's not happening, rather. So once I love it. It's a woman that I subscribe to here on YouTube. And she says it. She said, once you hear the truth, you can't unhear it. I don't get you the truth because I'm tapped in. I pay attention. I'm not into this. I don't buy into what this world is telling me. I look beyond what I'm seeing. You keep participating in the ritual. Keep on participating in it. You keep on. And you wonder why your children they're not the same no more. Nothing in this world is free. You go to these back to school events and getting this stuff. You got money. Don't play with me. We got money. African Americans, if I'm talking to you, we are the number one consumers in this country. But you know that every year it's going to be a back to school rally and you can get free supplies. So you'll choose to spend your money elsewhere. Nothing in this world is free. Nothing in this world is free. Nothing in this world is free. Nothing. There's going to be some type of energy exchange. I said what I said. And if we don't wake up, I said this earlier to someone today that I was talking to. If we don't wake up, I don't care whether you know the child or not. Their blood is on our hands if we don't wake up. And if you wonder why things are just happening in your life, it's because you have ignored children. I don't care whether you have children or not. I don't care whether you know the child or not. Their blood is on our hands. Because I can tell a lot by a person by how they treat children and how they treat the elderly. Whether the children are their own or not, I can tell a lot by a person. It's time to be proactive instead of reactive. If you know your child is going to the same school in the fall, over the summertime, just start buying that stuff. Just start buying the school supplies. If you already know what their uniform is going to be, start buying it over the summertime. And yes, I understand children grow. So now you're going to have to buy maybe 2 or 3 sizes bigger. There's no excuses. Or put money aside. Put money aside. Put money aside. And once by the end of July, start buying the items. But you know your child. As a parent, you know your child. So you got to buy 2, 3 sizes bigger than what they're wearing, so be it. So be it. You got to do what you got to do. It's either going to be too big for them, so that you roll up the pants, tuck it in or something. They eventually going to grow into it. By the end of the school, by the end of the first 2 months of school, it'll fit just right. That's when you tap into your spirit and ask spirit to help you. What size should I buy? So you don't have to participate in the ritual. And let's talk about uniforms as a ritual. You don't even realize you're participating in a ritual when a kid goes to school wearing a uniform. You just thinking, they just made my life easier, and I don't have to worry about buying school clothes and worrying about putting the outfit together. That's a ritual in and of itself. Wearing a uniform. That's a ritual in and of itself. Think about it. A uniform. You're all looking like each other. You're subconsciously programming your child to lose their individuality and creativity. So they can just automatically just obey the system. Fall into the system and not question anything. Wearing a uniform in itself is participating in a ritual. We got to start waking up. I love this question. I was listening to a video today, and the question in the video was, who is benefiting from your obedience? Who benefits from your obedience? Who benefits from your obedience? That's just a ritual. Your kid wearing a uniform is a ritual that you willingly participating in because you think it's just easier for you. And you don't even think about the long-term effects of it. I'm done. If we don't start making our children a priority and being more intentional with our children, Their blood is on our hands. And you wonder why your life, and I took it off my Facebook page, but a woman did a video on it. And she said it. She was like, hers was a little different from what mine is, but it's still connected. She was like, you wonder why your life all messed up? Because you ain't taking care of your kids. You wonder why your money is funny? Because you ain't taking care of your kids. You wonder why nothing is happening good in your life. Everything is falling apart. You take one step forward and then you got to take 5 steps back because you ain't taking care of your kids. And it's the same with what I'm talking about. As long as you're not being intentional with your kids and you're just mindlessly participating in the matrix, your life as an adult is going to be messed up. Why you can't keep a job? Why there's always chaos in your house? Why you always angry and bitter all the time? It's connected to your children. And then eventually your karma is going to be with your children. I always tell people that have children, you really got to move differently. Because if it doesn't come back on you, it's going to come back on your children. What you think when you being mean to people and you being nasty to people and you think you scheming and scamming behind closed doors and it don't come on you and you got children, it's coming on your children. Trust me when I tell you, it's coming on your children. If it don't get to you, it's getting to your children. So people with children really got to move differently out here, because if the karma don't get to you, it's coming on your children. And you wonder why these things are happening to your children. It's because of what you're doing behind closed doors. That's why I say we don't give a fuck about children. Because if we did the things that we wouldn't do. If we really understood that it's going to come back on our children. You think things are just randomly happening to your child? No, it's not random. It's because of what you doing behind closed doors, or you throwing rocks and hiding your hands. You being sneaky and manipulative. It's coming on your child. It's not just randomly things just happening to your kid. They're experiencing your karma. So think twice before you have children, because they will experience your karma. We talk about all these generational curses. That's your karma coming on your kid, because you thought you could do something and get away with it. And you don't forgot you don't had a child, 3, 4, 5 children. So that's 3, 4, 5 opportunities for your karma to hit every single last one of them. We got to do better with our children. We got to do better with our children. Stop participating in this back to school ritual. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Take it from someone who was an educator and who studies metaphysics as a lifestyle. Take it from somebody who knows. I'm not talking out the side of my neck. Start paying attention to all these children coming up missing. Start paying attention to these bus accidents. I just saw an article today. I think it was in Texas. First day of school, it was a bus accident. First day of school. It's not coincidence, people. It's not coincidence. Stop treating our kids like they just disposable. Oh, I just deal with you when it benefits me. Because you're going to pay for that. Their blood, when you leave this earth, you really do think that that's not going to come back on you. You really do think that that's not going to be brought up when you physically leave this plane of existence. You really think that's not going to be a conversation that you're going to have when your physical body dies. How you treated your children. Okay. All right. That's it. That's all. That's it. That's all. Thank you for everybody that came on the live, that listened, that will share it, that likes it, and please share it. And I don't feel no kind of way how it came out, because it needs to come out the way it needs to come out. Because we are doing, like I said, a piss poor job with how we are dealing with children in the United States. A piss poor job. It is not something that we should be proud about as a collective. We pimp our children for our own personal gain. Tell me I'm lying, because I'm not. I'm not lying. I'm not. Children are only our main priority when it's beneficial to us. It can get us monetization on social media. I'm not lying. Tell me I'm not lying. I'm not. So until next time, stay grateful and stay aware.